we should not pretend to understand the world only by the intellect. The judgment of the intellect is only part of the truth, meaning the intellect or the human condition and nature cannot actually be considered to be everything that there is and that there ever will be, because the intellect in itself is a representation of limitation, shortcoming, and boundary of some kind or another, which is both visible and invisible, unconscious and conscious at the same time. But we're not willing to recognize the limitations and shortcomings and weaknesses of our intellect, of our possessed and acquired knowledge, education, degrees, ambition, success, because we have done and achieved all that through hard work, dedication, discipline, desire, money, wealth, riches, and all that. And that's why we are absolutely unwilling to come to the realization of both our own internal weaknesses and shadows and darknesses, which is obviously psychological, mental, emotional, and also the realization and reckoning of the weaknesses of all that we have possessed, that is education, degree, riches, wealth, intellect. The intellect is limited, finite, relative anyways, and it can neither be trusted nor taken for granted absolutely by anyone, because it's devoid of emotion, because both thought and intellect are dangerous, and they do not have any feelings, emotions, or sentiments about themselves, and they cannot always be trusted because they are devoid of the truth. They do not have feelings, emotions. All they just have is the possession of knowledge and the desire for more and more learning or possession, wealth into their life. So the world is the composition of a lot of things at the same time, and it's not just the ever-changing nature and the natural elements and components, but also the human beings, the whole human existence and history, the collective unconscious that has always been existing over the planet, and the modern man is the blueprint of all that has happened in the past. We are literally the blueprints and the representation of not just the present political developments, chaos, sufferings, wars, our own ambitions or failures, but the whole, basically, civilizational blueprint, the whole human history and existence that has become possible, that has been existing upon the planet Earth in one way or another, that we have had before, is who we are today. So that psychology, action, success, failure of the past, of all the people that came before ourselves, that have already have it, that have always been existing, is also now in our mind, heart, soul, directing unconsciously and consciously our actions, behaviors, relationships, and responses in one way or another. And we do not even know this thing, because we all believe if we have the intellect, if we have knowledge, education, degree, success in our lives, then we are everything, we have everything. But that is not really the truth. That is a partial truth.